Well, joining us now is Dr. Susan Muto, and she's with us today because she's going to talk about a book she's written called Table of Plenty, Good Food for Body and Spirit. Susan, thanks so much for joining us all the way from Pittsburgh. How are you?
I'm just fine, and thanks be to God, we have a lovely day here as well.
Oh, good. Well, we are in Pittsburgh, so we always love when we have people from Pittsburgh on, and always so good to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about the book.
The book came from my heart, and it came out of great love for two women who were wonderful mentors for me. One was my mother, Helen, and the other was my grandmother, Elizabeth. So this is a book of memory. This is a book of honoring the women in my life who brought me into the kitchen already as a young girl.
Susan, thanks so much for being with us from Pittsburgh. You know, viewers can see This Is the Day on Comcast, Cable Channel 95 there in Pittsburgh, Roku, of course, and CatholicTV.com. Could you tell us, just step back for a second, tell us about the Epiphany Association. I'm very curious about that.
Epiphany Association was founded in 1979 by myself and Father Adrian von Kamm. We're a nonprofit under the umbrella of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. And truly, we are dedicated to providing an always ongoing spiritual formation for laity, clergy, and religious. We have national, local, and international programs.
I'm always interested in hearing the genesis of a book. You share stories about recipes and reflections. What made you decide on the combination of all of these, the recipes, stories, and reflections?
Well, to tell you the truth, it was a discovery that happened, much to my amazement, after my mother Helen passed away from Alzheimer's disease. She was the storyteller of the family, and she was a wonderful cook. But she never really, we thought, wrote down her recipes. So of a moment when I was going through her things as her eldest daughter, I found an old shoebox. Believe it or not, out of that shoebox came this book, because there were Mother's notes and recipes and memories, and I actually get chills thinking about it because I never expected to find it. So Table of Plenty came out of a shoebox.
You know, I'm not surprised, because I remember my grandmother had a wooden box, and in it were all these recipes, and they were all kind of caked with flour and sugar and everything, and it was a labor of love. You know, my grandmother and my mother, who were both great cooks. Do you think there are links between our food that we give to our bodies and the food that we give to our spirits?
Well, you know, Father, that's a marvelous question, because my whole field is formative spirituality. That's what we teach in Pittsburgh at our Epiphany Academy. And just as in many ways we are what we read, so in many ways we are what we eat. When we nourish our bodies with love and good nutrition, it has a tremendous effect on our spirit. We often feel uplifted. And to tell you the truth, a lot of the stories in Table of Plenty are food stories.
Well, the book is published by our good friends at Franciscan Media. How do you think we can encourage more families and friends dining in this fast-paced world of ours?
We must commit ourselves to be countercultural. We are a Sabbath people, and we need to commit ourselves to slow down, enjoy time together, sit and talk and share and celebrate the goodness of God, often given to us at a table where we taste and savor food beautifully and simply prepared, honor those we love.
I got to tell you, Susan, I'm not much of a cook, but sometimes I think that the simplest of ingredients and a little bit of love can produce a marvelous meal. And I think you've given us a great resource in this book to help us not just to be good cooks, but to be better families and to take better care of one another. And I'm really grateful that you've been able to provide this resource for all of us.
Thank you so much. Care for the body, care for the soul. That's the essence of Table of Plenty.
And where can people get the book, Susan?
They can get the book, of course, on Amazon, directly through Franciscan Media, or at the Epiphany website, www.epifanyassociation.org.
Well, thank you so much for being with us all the way from Pittsburgh, and my hope is that that weather continues to be great for you out there.
Wonderful, and happy Father's Day and joyful Pentecost.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.